very recently my two favorite YouTubers in the world, Zoe and Tyler, brought out these books. And I thought I'm gonna review them for you because I love them and I want to share that with you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then I'll explain it to you. This book is called Girl Online on Tour. It's a sequel to Zoe's first book, which was called Girl Online. I also read that one, also made a book review. It is in Dutch though, so if you're Dutch and you want to see it, I'll link it down here in the description. I love Zoe. She's literally my favorite YouTuber in the world. I love her videos, and yeah, okay, that's her book. Then this book is called Binge by Tyler Oakley, and I think Tyler Oakley makes a really good second place for my list of favorite YouTubers, and he actually accomplished that by writing this book. It's so good. This is an kind of like an autobiography, kind of. He tells stories about himself, and this one is fictional. I'm gonna start with this one. This book came out on a Tuesday. I started it on Wednesday and I finished it on Friday. So that was really fast. Just like the first one, I read that in like 3 days as well. Because it's such an easy read. And it's not like it's an easy story because there's a lot going on and it's kind of emotional and stuff. But I don't know, it just, you want to find out what's going to happen next. And you like lose yourself in the story and it gives you all these feelings, and it's just amazing. Her first book, like the part before this one, was called Girl Online, and that's about Penny, who has a blog called Girl Online, and she goes to New York. She meets this guy, Noah. She falls in love with him. They get a relationship, and then when she comes back home, she finds out this thing about him, which is a major plot twist. And it's also, I'm gonna spoil it right now. If you don't want to know, please don't watch this video. But she finds out that he's actually a famous rock star, and she didn't know that. And they get into a huge fight, and in the end they of course make up and get back together. This book starts off a couple months later. They haven't seen each other in a couple months. Noah's on tour with his band, and he's actually like going to support this other band on a big tour across Europe, and Penny's going with him. On that tour a lot of stuff is gonna happen. I'm not gonna tell you too much about it, but she has to deal with a lot of disappointment because Noah is so busy. She's struggling with like the fame life and stuff, and there's this guy who is kind of threatening her to break up with Noah. So yeah, a lot is going on. And there's also this it's not the main story, but the story about her best friend, Elliot, who is gay and he has a boyfriend, but he's still in the closet. And that's a really, really strong second story. I don't know the English word for that. But I think it's great that she has these topics in it that are kind of taboos, like being gay or anxiety, mental illnesses. That's really, both of them are really discussed in this book, and I love that, because I love when books do talk about things that are actually kind of a taboo. So great. I'm in love with Noah. I love Penny, the character. It's really thought through, and I think there's a big part of Zoe's personality in her. I don't know her at all, but I don't know, just watching her videos makes me feel like I do know her, and these books give you more of a view into her mind or something, and I just love it. She's such a good writer, and yeah, I love it. I recommend this book if you're a fan of romance novels, or if you're a fan of Zoe, or both. Either way, you're gonna love this. It's an amazing story. It's such an easy read. You'll have finished it within days, and yeah, I just love it. So go buy it. By the way, I saw this book along with all these other YouTubers' books in Waterstones, and I love that now that I'm in the UK, I can just find them in the bookstore. I'm not from the UK, you can probably tell by my accent. I'm from the Netherlands, and I've moved here to Oxford in the UK, and that's a whole other story. If you want to find out about that, you can check out my channel, because I explain everything on there and I make vlogs and stuff. So anyway, that's not the topic of this video. That's Girl Online. Okay, let's move on to Binge by Tyler Oakley. Can I just start off by saying that I love the cover because it's so colorful. I didn't have a lot of expectations. I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't planning on buying it, but then he posted this part of a chapter on Wattpad? I don't know if you say it like that. That's like an app where you can post stories that like amateur writers write, and you can read a lot of stuff on it. Anyway, he posted a chapter over a part of a chapter on that, and I read that and I was like, I need to read this book. So I got it, and yeah, it's amazing. I thought it would be like not so serious, because it's just the chapter that I read was really like funny and stuff, but there are so many serious topics in it too, like an eating disorder. I did not know that he had an eating disorder. There's a lot about his homosexuality and like homophobicness of other people, and his family, his friends, his like relationships and one night stands and stuff. There's a lot about that too. And I just want to read you the first page or like the first couple of lines, because that's what made me fall in love with the book. Tyler Oakley isn't my real name. Ah, see? This book is full of surprises. Right off the bat, bam, you've got an exclusive. That's the start of it. I just love it. When I read this, I could just hear his voice saying all the things. It's so funny. I laughed out loud a couple times. The last chapter was very emotional, made me almost cry, but he ends it off on a really positive note, and I don't know, it made me think about a lot of stuff in my life, like the way you make decisions and the way like how sometimes you're not that happy, but there's still like good stuff ahead of you. There's always good stuff ahead, and I don't know, it made me be a little bit more positive, like my point in life. I don't know how to say that. Anyway, there's so much in this that I didn't know about him. You find out so much stuff. There's so many pictures too. I just want to find my favorite one because it's hilarious. He's so unashamed. He just tells you about everything, and there's a lot of awkward stuff in it that I would never ever tell anyone, and he just tells it like it's nothing, and it's amazing. It makes me feel like I'm friends with him because he like trust you in a way, and I love that. He's so open. Okay, this picture is just amazing. If you want to see more of those pictures, if you want to read all these stories, oh my god, I strongly recommend this. You will fall in love with him if you haven't done that yet. There's also a lot about his career in it, like about award shows, about meeting One Direction, meeting Michelle Obama. It's really like inspirational, and I don't really know what to say. It's amazing. These books are both amazing. They're such different books because this is fiction obviously, but they both talk about topics that people wouldn't necessarily talk about because it's kind of personal, like anxiety, homosexuality. It's also about homosexuality, about eating disorder. They're both about like feeling insecure about yourself or about your life. Actually, now that I think of it, they have a lot in common, but they're still really different. Anyway, these books are amazing. That's like my conclusion. That's about what I wanted to tell you. I hope I could like give you an idea of the books, and I hope you will want to read them now if you didn't want that before. So yeah, that's all. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye!